Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth. Now, I know there is some light coming through my blinds. I can't do anything about it because I don't have curtains. I had curtains at my old place because the way that my apartment was situated, girl, the sun used to just beam through, and my apartment was old. So it used to get really hot inside my apartment. So I didn't have any choice but to put up curtains because it used to be like scorching. Over here, not so much. The way that my apartment is faced, it's kind of like facing a wall. So it's usually pretty cool in here. So I never really felt the need to put up curtains. But now the light is coming through. And so, yeah, that's the issue that we have in this video, but it's okay. We're going to get through it. All right, let's go ahead and get into this mess because I want to try to knock out the last 2 episodes. Well, you know, they released 3 episodes of The Real Housewives, The Ultimate Girls Trip. And I already did review 1. I want to go ahead and try and knock out at least part 2. So then I only have to do part 3. And I want to do both tonight. But I kind of want to go live tonight. I can't go live and do all three videos. I could just do 2 and 3. But see, tomorrow we're supposed to be, because my niece's birthday, my niece Bailey, her birthday was yesterday, but we're really celebrating tomorrow. I mean, it ain't, girl. I don't know, I'm about to figure it out because I want to go live tonight. I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. All right, y'all, let's get into this mess. So we talked about this in the first episode, but since it made the vlogs, I want to talk about it in hot topics. So social media is buzzing after Gizelle Bryant told 2 Miami housewives not to speak Spanish amongst the group. These are some of the tweets, right? Y'all know I don't like Gizelle, but I understand where she was coming from with the Spanish speaking thing. When you're in a group setting where the majority only speaks English, it's kind of disrespectful to have a Spanish conversation in the middle of that. Someone else tweeted, I agree with Gizelle for once, no Spanish speaking. Nobody understand that, but Marisol and Alexia is very rude when they do that. Gizelle comment to the Miami women about speaking Spanish in front of her felt so ignorant and disgusting. It's giving "This is America, we speak English" rhetoric. I hope people will call her out, but I know they won't. Someone else tweeted, am I alone in hating that Gizelle is against Alexia and Marisol speaking Spanish? This isn't like Luann with her broken French. These are 2 Latino women, let them speak Spanish. Let me just say this. Me personally, it wouldn't have bothered me. I would have been, let me say this before I get into what I really want to say. I used to work at Nordstrom. And when I first started working there, the majority of the people that worked in my department were Black, okay? We ended up getting 2 new managers who were Hispanic. And not to say that the people that got fired didn't have reason to, but they pretty much fired the people who, they got them out the door. And this is just what it was. Girl, we happened to look up and the majority of the people that worked in our department, logistics, were also Hispanic. So when y'all say when y'all don't, and I couldn't even really get mad at them because quiet as it's kept, that's what you're supposed to do. I know I'm getting into a whole nother conversation, but that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put your people on, right? I remember it was this one guy who worked in our department, and for the life of me, I could not understand how that boy had his job. Now, mind you, our goal every hour, we had to, at the time it was 8 to 10 items every hour. Now, then they moved it up to 10. So, girl, you got people walking around there finding, 80, 100 sometimes, and depending on if it's busy, girl, you can walk out of there and in one shift find 150, 200 pieces, right? I remember this boy used to come to work, girl, by the end of the day, because you can see everybody's number on the devices. You can see what everybody, you can see everybody's numbers. Girl, he would walk out, girl, 12 items, 18 items. And I'm like, how does this boy got a job? Come to find out he was related to some. I said, okay, that's like, okay. He was also Hispanic too. But a lot of the people that were employed, after a while, they spoke Spanish. Me personally, it didn't bother me. Because I'm like, girl, they speak Spanish, is what they speak, right? The only time I would kind of side eye is if we were having a meeting, if there was some type of discussion being had, and then out the blue, we look over, or I look over, and I see you over there just speaking Spanish, and you go back to speaking English. You see what I'm saying? And then I'm like, girl, what did you just say? Okay, I guess, girl. But to call it out, no. Because, girl, you probably talking about me, and I'm probably talking about you. So at the end of the day, girl, I'm really not moved or bothered by it. I also have been in meetings before where, girl, I remember it was a couple of girls who we were all having a conversation, and then they started speaking Spanish to each other. And I remember someone saying, hey, do you think that you could speak English while we're in this group setting? Again, it's ignorant, and it could be against the law, I don't know, but I also understood it too. Because if we're having a meeting and we're all conversing and saying what needs to be said or what we think, whatever, blah, 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 and all of a sudden, girl, you bust out speaking Spanish and you only talk to the person beside you. For me, I think Gizelle, it wasn't about Gizelle being disrespectful to them, even though it comes across as offensive. In my head, Gizelle is the producer that y'all say she is, right? So in my head, she just wants the storyline to keep going. I know that's not a reason or an excuse for ignorance. I know it's not. But in Gizelle's head, she's just here basically to keep the story going. And I can't keep the story going if I don't know what y'all saying. So what is y'all saying? Now, Gizelle also is talking to these grown women like they're her children, because when they addressed it with her, she used the excuse of, or the explanation of, my kids speak Spanish and they talk about me in Spanish sometimes. Well, girl, we're not your kids, we're grown-ass women. And the truth of the matter is we're going to call a thing a thing. Even though this is work, they are being employed by Bravo, Truly Original, NBC, by I don't know who write the checks. But girl, this is not like some office setting. This is not like some meeting where, girl, everybody's talking and then all of a sudden, girl, the two people over here whispering in Spanish. Girl, this is a reality show. And so we know that the rules are not necessarily the same rules that we may have to follow at our job. Again, it's ignorant. It can come across as defensive, I understand. But I also, even if that wasn't Gizelle's mindset of, I want to keep the storyline going, I could see why she would probably think, girl, what are they talking about? Because I've been in rooms. I was at a job for eight years, and about 6 of those years, girl, I was always around people who would be speaking English and then break out and start speaking Spanish. And it never moved me to the point where I felt like, oh, girl, can you tell them they speak English? Girl, I just didn't give a damn. But I didn't give a damn about a lot of shit at that job. So I'm just a go with the flow type of person. I think I would have been more like the other girls on the trip. Oh, like, oh, girl, that's cute, blah, 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 And girl, because I'm going to see what y'all going to say anyways when the show airs. But anyways, let's move on. But I also think too, girl, if Candace would have said that, if Candace would have said what Gizelle said, girl, y'all would have been on Candace's neck. I thought my thing was about to die. I think the response would have been a lot louder and would have went on for days if Candace had said something like that. Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith is in the new Louis Vuitton ad, and he got on the girl. He pretty much got on the halter top. Girl, he got on the baby doll halter top, and we just gonna go ahead and keep it all the way 100. Can I say something? Girl, I thought my mic was not on. I was gonna be done. Okay. Can I say something? Can we have some kitchen table talk? I would never wear what Jaden had on, ever. Okay? Like never, ever, ever. I just wouldn't wear it. That's not my style. But I think that we have to be honest, right? I don't know. We've had this conversation before. I don't know when we got to a point where we stopped remembering how men used to dress back in the day. Like in real life, the men, we having some kitchen table talk. The men back in the day used to dress just like bitches. I'm talking about crop tops, leggings, knee-high boots. Girl, Rick James, y'all remember his album cover? Rick James had, I think, on a crop top leather jacket. Girl, some candy red knee-high boots, some leggings. Girl, nasty. Girl, bob. It was a nasty wig, bob, braids, bang. Girl, the Osley brothers walking around here. Girl, crop tops, tied in knots. Girl, these men pants used to be so tight back in the day. Girl, all you could see was, girl, these men in their pants used to be so tight. Back in the day, you was gonna see dick print. You was gonna see head, girl. You was gonna probably see at least one ball popping through their pants. That's how tight they britches used to be, okay? Just dick print all on the left side of their leg. Girl, just everywhere. Girl, what is that? So, it's just weird to me that when you do see men who dress, for lack of a better word, more on the feminine side, girl, it's just this, it's this outrage in the comment section. It's this, they're trying to, effeminize the the black man, and, they're trying to get a hold of the masculine black man. Girl, the truth of the matter is, a lot of y'all grandmamas used to give puss up to the ones who used to dress just like Jaden, the Isley brothers, and Rick James. Okay, I was gonna say Rick Fox. So, girl, your ask your grandmamas, they know. Your grandmama used to be bent over for somebody who used to wear a crop top out in public. You just walk out with a shimmy shirt. See, I'm someone of a particular age. When I was in high school, and we would have like track practice or whatever you played, we called them shimmy shirts, basically crop tops. The shirts that would stop like right up to here. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of the men, I think, wore them in the 80s. So, girl, we called them shimmy shirts. I don't know why they call them shimmy shirts, but that's what they call them. That's what we call them. Shimmy shirts. And little short shorts, be all that basketball practice, all that, track practice. Girl, stomach just all out. Girl. Right? So, it is kind of like, I wonder, when do we get, and we've had this conversation before on here. I just wonder when do we get to that point where, it was so, they're trying to take over the black man. Like when your grandpapa used to walk around here, girl, nut huggers, bell bottoms, girl, shirts tucked down, girl, boots on heels, right? Girl, ass just pants so tight, ass just out, just ass everywhere. All you see is ass, dick, and balls. Grandmama, girl, throwing it back. She used to, y'all girl, they know. And y'all know too. As much as y'all might not want to admit it, y'all know. Oh, Beyonce and Adidas finally end their partnership after claims her Ivy Park clothing line saw a huge loss in sales. So Beyonce and Adidas have officially parted ways, according to The Hollywood Reporter. While it may be surprising to fans, it's not. The news comes just 1 month after it was claimed that the singer's Ivy Park clothing line had been underperforming and saw a drastic decline in sales last year. Per the publication, there have been creative differences between B and Adidas, resulting in the business relationship fizzling out. It's further said that Beyonce wants to reclaim her brand and start and chart her own path, indicating that she may opt out of partnering with another brand again, seeing that this is her second time cutting ties with the company supporting her line. Can I just say something, girl? And I don't want the swarm to come after me. But girl, I just want everybody to realize that everybody does not excel in every area in life. Shocker, shocker, shocker. Girl, trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Beyonce ain't never been a fashion girl. She can sing her ass off. She can dance. She can perform her ass off. Beyonce has never been a fashion girl. Quiet as his gift. I don't even know why Beyonce even tried to even come out with an athleisure wear. We ain't even never seen. Girl, how many times have we seen Beyonce with them tennis shoes on? If anybody should have been coming out with the athleisure line, it should have been Kelly Rowland. Someone where it kind of makes sense. We've had this conversation before too. Nobody was walking around here wearing this. They had a couple of pieces that I wanted. I remember it was this long coat that I wanted. It was so bad, I ain't gonna lie. It was I've seen about 3, maybe 4, I'm pushing 4. 3 or 4 pieces from Beyonce's line that I actually would have rocked. For the most part, a lot of that was trash, garbage. Girl, nobody's walking around here with no big cape on, puffing out. Girl, where is you going? Nobody's walking around here with an Adidas pantsuit on. Nobody. Girl. The only person I saw pull that off was Candace. We showed in their red jumpsuit on the premiere of this season of Real Housewives of Potomac. But for the most part, the other people I saw in it was drag queens. Roxy Andrews and Trinity K. Bonet. I'm just saying nobody really wore her stuff in real life. You saw a couple of people when she was with Ivy Park, right? Before she got with Adidas. A couple of people, will wear her sweaters and stuff like that. It sold out when I worked at Nordstrom. I remember it had a big thing for Ivy Park. It sold out, but they don't really, if stuff, y'all do know when stuff is first rolled out, they don't really send a lot of pieces, right? So they might send a run size, right? Or maybe 1 or 2, probably 3 smalls, 3 larges, 3 extra larges, 3 extra, and then that's all they got. And then they'll say, we sold out. But girl, y'all ain't had no choice about to sold out. Y'all ain't had no choice but to really sell out because, girl, it ain't like y'all sent over a truckload anyways. And they're not, because who's going to create all those clothes just for them not to sell? So anyways, child, I just never really seen Beyonce for a fashion girl. Girl, y'all ain't never really, y'all wasn't here for House of Darion. I called it House of Deborah. Y'all wasn't here for House of Darion. Y'all wasn't here for when she was just Ivy Park by herself. And now she done collab with Adidas and it still fell through. Now she's also with, how do you say it? They taught me how to say it when I worked at Nordstrom. Balmain. But I think the N is silent. I think it's Balmain. 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 Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I think the N is really silent. Balmain. Anyways, girl, now she's partnered with them. I'm not gonna lie, girl. Now this right here, girl, those outfits that they came out with, I feel like when I tell you every outfit, sickening. It's a couture line. Now, I don't know if this is going to, I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't know if this is going to be available for people to purchase. But girl, if nobody was wearing that shit over there at Ivy Park, they damn sure ain't wearing that. Girl. The only people that's going to wear that is people, and you're going to see it once or twice. You're going to see that now that they just presented it to us, and then you might see it in a magazine shoot that somebody wears, right? But for the most part, we're not seeing that, or she might wear it at her concert, I guess. But girl, we know Beyonce wear leotards. So I don't want to sound like a hater, but girl, who's buying that? Are y'all buying it? And where you going after you buy it? You going to the club with that on? You going to the grocery store? You going to the hookah? You going to the lounge? Smoke some hookah? Was it hookah? I don't even do cocaine. Girl, remember Mariah said that on Married to Medicine? I'm just saying, y'all. We just gotta be honest, girl. It's only one fashion girl that's like, not one fashion girl. Rihanna was a fashion girl. Not anymore, but Rihanna was a fashion girl. Rihanna was a fashion girl. Y'all trying to make Beyonce this fashion girl, and that's just not her. That's not her lane, and it never will be her lane. Anyway, child. Oh, wait. All right, y'all. I'm gone. I'm about to watch, what is it called? What is it called? Real Housewives of Ultimate Girls Trip. Okay. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.